Okay, here we go again. I'm telling you, it's a waste of time. That's why I need you guys to subscribe. This is part 2 of what I had just mentioned to you. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Get me live. 48 subscribers away. And we can do this in one shot. Okay, cool. So, gotta think. So a regular home care provider gets 264 hours. A combination of one patient, 2 patients, 10 patients, 20 patients, doesn't matter as long as you don't go over the 264 hours and the recipient that you're working for does not go over the allowed hours per week. So a lot of social workers don't like that because it's a lot of paperwork, okay? They don't like to do the paperwork. Nobody likes to do paperwork. Actually, I like to do paperwork, but whatever. Anyways, 283 hours if you have 24-hour protective services, and if you have protective services, then it becomes 200 to anywhere between up to 283. So this young lady applied, and when she applied, they denied her. They denied her, and she's calling me and she's reading it to me. So one of the things that I told you that just stood out was the fact that the government said, the IHSS offices, when they looked at her her application, they said that the child doesn't need any extra care because there's 2 parents in the household. I don't know who works, who doesn't work. I'm pretty sure she doesn't work because the husband works, but that's irrelevant. That should have nothing to do with it, okay? The other one was that she applied for 24-hour protective services, from my understanding, and that one was rejected also. So what I told her, I said, you know what, you have the right to appeal, so go appeal this process, but this time you're going to do it with a difference. This time you're going to provide all the necessary paperwork that you need for them to approve you. Her son is 7 years old, and I'm not exactly sure what his conditions are, and I'm not going to really disclose it because everybody is on an individual basis. But what I told her, I said, look, you need as much proof as you possibly can get. So what you need to do is you need to gather your paperwork. You need to get doctor evaluation letters. You need to go to the school. You need to get the IEP. You need to get just about everything that you can possibly provide as proof that your child needs these services. Make a copy of it. Turn it, reapply, because you have 90 days to appeal this process, this decision, I'm sorry. Reapply and tell them. Show them the paperwork. Once they have the paperwork at hand, then they can reevaluate and say, oh my goodness, we were wrong. You know what? You do qualify for this. Here you go. But you have to reapply within those 90 days. Paperwork is extremely important when you provide, when you want to get something in anything. I'm not a pack rat, but I'll give you guys an example. I had tickets because I had to learn how to drive, right? And I paid all my tickets because I'm also a responsible individual, and I wanted my license because it's a privilege. It's not a right. So what I ended up doing is I saved everything. As I saved my stuff, probably 5 years ago, my proof of everything, because I even did community service, okay? Because I wasn't going to pay them my money. What I did was I saved everything, and then all of a sudden I got a letter in the mail, which was a collections letter telling me that I owed them blah 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 for such and such ticket. Guess what? I took out my paperwork and I was like, oh hell no. Here you go, you guys. And I took it to court. And I called the agency and I said, excuse me, you're telling me I owe you what for what? Here you go. Here's my court papers. Here's my proof of my completion of my community service. So, yeah, I don't owe you anything. I'm sorry, no tortillas. And yeah, here we go again. Another phone call. I hate this. Let me see if I could just send her a message. Call you back later.